Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you once again for joining me. Really appreciate you being here. So today's video is us cutting copper. In today's video is actually going to be 2mm copper, which is a bit unusual for us because in the past, whenever we've cut this material, it's always been very, very thin sheet, normally for something to do with electronics. And that in itself brings all sorts of pains because we have to use that evil monster called double-sided sticky tape, which, as we know, is a nemesis of every CNC bit as it gets clogged up and ruins parts. Luckily on this occasion, because this stuff is nice and heavy itself, few screws and light touches of little bits of sticky tape here and there just to help was all that was needed. I think the bit came off quite well this time. Anyway, we're doing this today for a lovely couple who have a fantastic channel called Ship Happens. I'll put all the links below. They are doing up a World War II boat, a wooden hull boat, and it's needed an awful lot of work, and they've been working on it now for about 3 years, and it's still ongoing. It's a big job, and they're putting all their time and effort into it, and obviously it's the expense that comes with that. So this is kind of my contribution to them, albeit that this particular part isn't going on that boat. This particular part is going on a little boat they have for when they have time away, when they go off fishing and day trips and things like that, which is fine. But links to both channels and the video of them fitting the part linked below. And so as part of my contribution, I am doing this at mates rates, because I think they did mention how much it cost in the video, and that isn't normally what I charge for copper work, because as I say, it's my little contribution to their projects. Anyway, I've waffled enough again. Let's get into me cutting it, and I'll narrate as I'm going along. I've skipped the drilling and moved on to the slots for this video. And speaking of slots, the one nearest to us, to the camera, was a test cut. It's always worth doing test cuts on any unfamiliar material. As I said before, I don't do a lot of copper. I know it's a very gummy material to cut, so I opted not to push too hard and obviously do the test cut. I'm going to speed up this in various sections, otherwise it's going to get very boring just going through item by item. But after the initial holes, we then move on into the other inside features. And for those interested, this is a 4mm single flute DLC coated bit, my go-to. And I'll give the feeds and speeds later on in the video. Now these thin slivers from the slots, I'm going to use those for test engraving on the new fibre laser. Next is the internal holes. And as you can see, it's cutting here. There is a little bit of vibration in the material, and it's causing the image to look a little bit blurred, not helped by autofocus adjustments. So annoying. Oh, that counter jumping out is not ideal, but it did clear well out of the way. In fact, it was one of those counters I was waving around at the start of the video. Feeds and speeds, yes, I could have cut it a lot faster. Had there been a lot of parts, I probably would have pushed, as the machine can easily cut full depth with a 4mm bit, but I thought I'd take it more cautiously. And that was roughly 1100mm per minute, with a shallow cut around 0.5mm, which is way less than I do cut anything normally. And the speed on the spindle was 24k RPM, and I was happy with the chip size it was kicking out. Guys, I want to thank you all very much. In these last couple of weeks, the subscriptions have taken a big bounce. We really appreciate that. It'd be really helpful to us if you could help us get over the 400 subs mark this month. That would be really appreciated. Please do hit the subscribe button. Similarly, if you've got anything to say on the content that we've uploaded, please feel free to leave a comment below. I do try and reply to all of them that are relevant. And final shape as before at the start. And more of the same until it's all cut out. But that's it. And that's it, guys. The gaskets are now with Ship Happens. I cut these a couple of weeks ago and sent them over to them. I think they put their video up the other day. I will put a link to them, as I say, below in the description. But thank you all for watching. If you've got this far, I really do appreciate you sticking with it. And we'll see you again in the next video. Take care.